this video accompanies the final construction stages of making your mini carnation. So what you're going to have made is your head and your body. Stuff that, put a little bit of stuffing in the bottom of the legs and sew those into position, and then sew your arms either side like that. And then what you will have made is a ring of petals like this, which is you're going to individually crochet these 3 petals and then you join them together. And the bit that I'm just going to show you now is going round the edge in a contrast colour. So the one I have here is primrose in the main with cream on the outside, or this one here is cream in the main with the ruby red around the outside. So what you do when you've got your 3 semicircles is join them together, and then to put your contrasting colour around the edge, all you need to do is slip stitch to join it in, and then double crochet around the edge. It doesn't really matter whether it's the wrong side or right side facing, but you might get it slightly neater if you choose the right side facing, which I have done here. And by that, I mean the stitches that are showing the right side of the fabric. So do you see how that's the right side there and that's the wrong side? Effectively, that's the back of the stitches on that side, where it's the front of the stitches on this side. It'll be the side where you can see the V's around the edge, because that also makes it lovely and easy to be able to double crochet into those stitches. So crochet right the way across the top of one. And this is what makes the carnation frill and curl in that classic way, is the fact that you have got a lot of stitches into quite a small base. And when you get to the bottom of one of the semicircles, work the last stitch of that one, and all you do is you go straight in to the next one. So it will also strengthen that join on your ring of petals before you sew it on, because you're actually crocheting it together as well round the top. So once you get all the way round to the other side, just slip stitch into that first one you've done, and then you can break the yarn. Now it comes for the time to assemble it. So you'll have your largest ring of petals, a medium one, and then you'll have a top frill as well. What you need to do is put it onto the head with the right side facing upwards. So again, like I discussed before, the back of the stitches where you see the bumps, that's the wrong side. You'll be seeing the V's round of the edge on the right side. So put it on like that. Then put the next one on in the same way. So with your right side facing downwards. And then we'll sew that one onto the top. And all I'm going to do is position the centre of the first petal in line with that centralizer point that I've still got in. So that'll form the front of the face. Position that in 2, 3, 4 rounds up like that. And all you're going to do is sew it into place along that round. So go right the way around the circle and over sew to attach that petal into position. And once that's in place, all I'm going to do is come through and just do 1 tack into each of those petals like that. And that will hold them in that upright position. And then fasten that off. So that's your largest ring of petals in place. Then with the next one, same trick. So get your right side facing downwards so that when you fold them up, they're in the right place. And this time I'm going to position this so that the semicircles are in the middle of the dips on the first one. So I'm going to put it into place like that. So my semicircles are in the dips of the ones that came before. We go like that. And I'm using my primrose yarn to sew up. So it's your main colour yarn to do the sewing up. Now you won't see the edge of this one in the same way as the previous one, so you don't have to put as many stitches in as we did on that previous round. go. And in the same way that I did on that other one, fold the petals in, and I'm just going to put a couple of stitches in so that they stay in that upright position. There we go, and then fasten that off. And then the last piece to go in is the central piece, like that. So what I've done, I've sewn all the other ends in and left one piece on. Sew that, which would be the gathered stitches in the centre of the ring from where you started. Sew that into the middle. And then using that same thread, just again pick up and tack those petals in that ring below to close any gap that might emerge between that central ring and the others. And as you can see, what that does is creates that absolutely stunning ruffled effect, which is what we expect in a carnation. Then the final touch is just to sew the eyes and the little mouth into position. So using your cream yarn for your eyes, come up and draw a triangle about 3 rounds up. Like that, then across to the other side. So that's the whites of the eyes in place. And then using your black thread, come up and position in the same place. In and around 2 stitches, across to the other side. Same again. And then just to put that little cute smile in place, like that, and the carnation is complete.